we're going to the streets. So I'm going to get out in the streets and talk to the local people and get their opinion on it. And maybe you can take their word if you don't take mine. So, yeah, let's get active.
She has a crafting business. She makes like car freshies, like fresheners, and she makes graphics for T-shirts.
Nice.
Any type of decor you can think of. She has a laser printer.
Nice. What's the Instagram page? Give it a shout out.
Katie Crafty Corner.
Katie Crafty Corner?
Yeah, Katie's Crafty Corner. I can give it to you afterwards.
Love it. Yeah, I'll post it on there with your thing too. Is there one piece of advice you would give somebody, active military, that's coming to the area about this area?
If you have a family, there's a lot of lakes around here within 15 to 30 minutes.
Nice.
A lot of restaurants, a lot of local sports. I used to be a youth sports coach, as well as a substitute teacher on my off days. So the school systems are better than average. I wouldn't say they're great, but it's what you make it and where you go. So I know the Harker Heights area is more prestigious, I guess, from what I heard. But my son used to go to Elliston. My other son goes on post, so it's a good area for families. If you ride a motorcycle, like I do. You got like 10 months of riding weather down here, so if you like warm weather and riding motorcycles or being out going to the lake with the family, it's good.
Do you ride your motorcycle with no helmet?
Absolutely not.
Good.
Civilian, I wouldn't. I've seen too many people die on that stuff. So.
Same for me, man. I see people doing it all the time, and I'm just thrown off. Okay, is there a favorite thing that you have about the area?
Warm weather. I'm from Ohio. The Army kind of ruined the cold for me because I've been in places where you can't wear certain things. You're just freezing the whole time, so I don't do cold anymore. But the warm weather, lots of things to do. I mean, within 20 minutes of post, you can do pretty much anything you want to.
Nice. What's your least favorite thing about the area?
This last month, where it was like 2 months straight of 110 degrees and no rain. So yeah, you really have to like the warm when you get down here.
Yeah, that was bananas. Do you own your house?
I don't, but I'm in the process of buying one right now.
Congratulations.
I sold one, so.
Congratulations. Are you somewhere where you have to water the grass?
My backyard. I live on post right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did all your grass die?
Absolutely. It was almost gone.
Yeah.
It was just toasted, and I'd had to mow. I mean, one good thing, I had to mow my grass for about 2.5 months.
Yeah. Is there one thing that you wish somebody would have told you about this area that they didn't tell you before you got here?
If you're in a BCT, like unit-wise, if you're in a BCT, it's very high-paced, a lot of diplomas, a lot of field time, but it makes you grow. Like I was a Sergeant First Class before I went warrant. It made me grow as an NCO, as a leader, but it was a lot of time away from the family. So I wish I would have. I mean, I knew I was in the Army, but I've been to Campbell, been deployed with them too. But here is even more, I think, a little bit more high of a pace because there's a broader spectrum of places that we deploy to. But now it's kind of died back a little bit, but we still deploy.
Yeah. So. One last one. Fort Campbell or Fort Cavazos?
I don't know, man. I love the area down here. Everything is so spread out in Tennessee, and because it's right on the border of Kentucky, Tennessee, it's so spread out. You got 45 minutes to Nashville. There's a couple lakes, but there's not a whole lot to do there. Yeah. The area and the weather better there, but if you have a family or if you're just a single soldier here and want things to do to get out of the barracks, here. So I'm kind of split, man.
Yeah, it depends on what you do, what your lifestyle's like. Thank you for giving me a few minutes, man. What do you do?
I'm a realtor.
Where you live?
In Harker Heights.
How long have you lived in Harker Heights?
I've lived in Harker Heights for about 12 years.
12 years? That's a long time, so you've seen it change.
Yes.
What is your least favorite thing about living in Harker Heights? Be honest. First thing that comes to mind.
The taxes.
What about the taxes?
They're high.
Are they going up higher than when you first moved there?
Yes, and they're going up even higher.
Tell me your favorite thing about it.
My favorite thing about Harker Heights is that it is a close-knit community and everybody works together. The schools are great. All of them are great. There's a lot of youth groups, youth sports. Just a great place to move to.
Yeah, that's all I need. Thank you. Yes. How long have you lived in Killeen?
Since 2000, so 23 years now.
23 years is a long time to live in Killeen. Most people don't live here that long. What's the one thing you wish you knew about this area before you moved here that nobody told you?
I wish I would have known what the property values were going to be now versus when we first got here. So if I could go back in time, I would go to that and start buying up as much as I could.
Super smart. What is your least favorite thing about living in Killeen?
The traffic during school times and the typical times that people coming off, going on and coming up from work, it gets really crazy. For this small town, we can get a little burst of congestion.
That's actually a really good one. And then it seems like there's a school zone like on every route for you to get to one of the main places that you need to be. So yeah, that's a really good one. I think a lot of people won't take into account. What is the one thing about Killeen that only a local would know? Is there like a recommendation of a place to eat or go? Like, what is that one thing that you have to be a local in the area to know exists?
Yeah, so we have plenty of chain restaurants here, but being a local, we know those little mom and pop shops where I bypass those chain restaurants and I go to because I know exactly what they're serving, how good the food is, and and it's a quiet environment. So being local and knowing those shops is key.
What's your favorite?
Arapitas.
Arapitas. That's probably my favorite restaurant here too.
For sure.
Harker Heights or Killeen?
I live right on the border of Harker Heights and Killeen, so I'm kind of split, and I got a home in Harker Heights and my primary residence in Killeen. So it depends on where in Killeen you are versus anything else, because the closer you are to Harker Heights, it seems that there are better type of neighborhoods, not meaning to ostracize anybody else.
Mhm.
But for me, that Killeen Harker Heights border is only all melded into one.
Nice. Any advice for an active duty person who is about to PCS here? Let's say they are earlier, let's say 4 years to 8 years in their military career, and they're coming to the area.
Yeah, I'm prior military myself, and the one thing that I wish I would have done was purchase real estate at each of my duty assignments. Now, I'm not talking about your forever home.
What's your favorite thing about living in Killeen?
Family town. It's laid back, real positive. It's like family town. Good kids, good sports too.
Is there one thing that you wish somebody would have told you about Killeen before you moved here that you found out you didn't find out till you get here?
I would say the military, how they really military bound for real. Yeah. How serious it is.
That's the beating heart of the city.
Yeah.
What's your favorite spot to eat?
I say if I do go out, Asian buffet.
Asian buffet?
Crawfish, these.
What is your favorite thing about living in the area?
I like it that it's like central. There's Austin right there, Houston not too far, Dallas. So it's a lot of stuff that you can do.
That's my favorite thing too. Like I can drive anywhere like in just a few hours and experience totally different things. Do you have a least favorite thing about the area?
No.
No? What is the one thing you wish somebody would have told you about this area?
Probably the housing, real estate.
What's up? Tell me about that.
When I first got here, it was kind of tough for me to find something.
Did you come in 2021?
I came in 2020, so of course,
so it was just getting crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was tough to find something. Is that it?
Yeah, that's about it though.
Did you find something?
Yeah, I did.
Do you love your home? How long do you plan to keep it?
A couple of years. I don't know. Haven't decided yet.
Do you have a complaint about your neighborhood? You don't have to tell us where you are, but like, is there a complaint about your neighborhood?
No.
Is there a favorite thing about your neighborhood?
It's next to stores and stuff like that, so you ain't too far from Walmart and stuff like that. You need to go somewhere.
Right. Any advice you would offer somebody who's coming into the area, military, active duty? They're probably like, let's say they're 3-4 years in, and they're coming. This, I guess, by then it's like the second post that you would be at. Yeah. Any advice that you might give them?
Just stay positive. It is what you make it. Try to get out, do stuff, meet new people, and yeah, just try to have a good time.
Is this your first duty station, or have you been in other places?
No, this is like my third.
Where else have you been?
I've been to Colorado and Korea. I was in Korea.
Colorado or Texas?
Texas, definitely. It's too cold there.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Mikhail, you are retired military, right?
Yes, I am.
How many years did you serve?
25 years total.
Oh, thank you. Geez, that's a long time. I haven't done anything in my life for 25 years straight.
You're barely 25 years old. So, understandably so.
I'm a good way past 25, but thank you. So how long have you lived in this area?
On and off since 2005.
Wow. Okay. You retired here? You were like, I'm going to just stay here, get out of the military and stay in Killeen area.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you live in Killeen or Harker Heights?
I live in Harker Heights.
Okay. So a favorite place to eat?
Around here, there's a lot of franchises, which I love. Pretty much any franchise you can actually go to. I think favorite franchise restaurant would be Cheddar's.
Cheddar's. Okay. I'm not a fan of Cheddar's, me personally. You know what? That's cap. I will eat some Cheddar's. I'm playing myself. I will eat some Cheddar's.
But low key, you really bougie.
That is very true also.
So for bougie folks like him, Austin is only an hour away. So you can go to all your bougie restaurants and spend a couple $100 up for the tab.
Yes, do that. Okay, so that brings me to like date nights. Do you do date nights?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you do them in Killeen or do you do them elsewhere?
For convenience, I definitely do them in Killeen. Killeen has a lot of great franchises to go to. And then sometime we'll mix it up and we'll do Austin. So it's a nice mix, and Austin is only an hour away. And that's another reason I love Killeen, because it's very central to the large cities, but I don't have to deal with all the chaos and the ridiculous market. And it comes with a lot to actually live there. So It's nice to visit.
Costs a lot to live anywhere outside of Killeen down there. Do you have a least favorite thing about the Killeen Harker Heights area?
It's taken me a minute. I really like this area, so that's why I decided to retire here. Literally, I could have retired anywhere, but I chose this area. I like the diversity. Here. I love the fact that it's close to the military installations. I feel like I can take advantage of all the TRICARE and healthcare, counseling, like you name it. As a veteran, you could take advantage of it here. The infrastructure is nice. The cost of living and the price of living is definitely a huge advantage. Disadvantage, I mean, we can always have more community support and environment. I think it's because we are a lot of military, we're a military community, and we have a tendency to not do a lot of things together.
You know what? I think that's a thing that affects a lot of the world right now. I think we have a connection problem. I think a lot of us don't want to connect. We don't want to open up to other people and let other people in. And I don't know if maybe the pandemic might have had something to do with that, but I see that a lot just in the world in general.
Yeah, and I'm all about community, family and community. That's what's important to me.
All right. So let's say I am in my third or fourth year in the military. I was never in the military, but let's say I'm coming here. This is my second duty station. Do you have any advice for me?
Oh, definitely. So if you guys are familiar with this area, is growing. It's a growing, thriving area. Invest in real estate, 100%. Anytime you come here and you think, oh, just rent a house, X, Y, Z, that's 100% interest, meaning you're giving your money away. I definitely would have purchased a home a lot sooner if I knew better. If I had the knowledge, for sure.
Yeah, my uncle said the same thing. I think I would have too. Yeah, it's growing and booming. Let me see. Anything else I wanna ask? Is there something or some place here in Killeen Harker Heights area that you have to be a local to kind of know about? Like any best kept secrets or anything like that?
That's a good question.
Thank you. I take my job as an interviewer very, very seriously.
Yeah, can't you tell? He looks like a serious type. There's a lot of parks. There's a lot of like trails. If you're an outdoorsy person, there's a lot of trails, a lot of parks. Like anything else, you have to actually just do something. Just Don't be antisocial as far as best kept secrets. I think that's it.
Yeah,
I think
is
the
get
parks
out.
and the trails. Yeah.
Yeah, get out. Those parks and trails are here. You might not see them like just riding up and down the highway, but you got to actually get out and explore, Google, and see what they have.
Absolutely.
All
So
right.
pretty good green spaces. So
D'Amica, how long have you been in Killeen?
I officially moved to Killeen last year when I bought my house. But I've been in this area since 2011.
Where were you before?
I was in Georgia for Benning,
Where were you before in this area?
Harker Heights.
In Harker Heights? Killeen or Harker Heights? Which one do you like better?
There's pros and cons to both, honestly. I liked Harker Heights where I was because I was centrally located to everything, but Killeen obviously has more options, restaurants, things to do, all of that good stuff.
All right. Do you have a favorite thing about Killeen?
I love that it has sidewalks. People take that for granted. When I was in Harker Heights, I did not have sidewalks.
Word?
Yeah.
I would have thought it'd be the opposite.
No, where I was, there were no sidewalks. And where I'm from, which is Kansas, we had sidewalks. So when the girls were younger and growing up here in Harker Heights, when they were younger, we didn't have sidewalks. So I'd always have to be outside. But here now, I got sidewalks, and now they're 15 and they're not trying to go outside.
Now I'm thinking about it. In Alabama, we didn't have any sidewalks for real.
Really?
That's not, I would take that for granted.
Yeah. Sidewalks are everything, especially when you have kids.
So is there one thing that you didn't know about the area before you moved here that you wish somebody would have told you?
Ooh. Oh, shoot. I don't know, honestly, because coming from Fort Benning, Columbus is the outside town. Columbus is a little bit bigger and spread out than Killeen. So I don't know if there's anything that I really would have expected or needed to know moving here.
Okay.
So
That's fair.
It's a fair military town. Yeah.
Any best kept secrets that like only locals would know about?
The eateries, the restaurants. All of that, really and truly, like all of that. There's so many different restaurants that are mom and pops or family owned that you wouldn't know about unless you lived here in word of mouth.
Somebody earlier tried to tell me that there was nowhere to eat here and everything is a franchise.
No, that's a lie. That's just because they don't know the right places. They don't know the right peoples to get that. So yeah.
You know what? I think that's it. Is there any question I forgot to ask her that I didn't ask everybody else? That's it.
All right. Well, good.
Pretty
See,
painless.
I appreciate you.
So some common threads that I saw was some of the things that I said. So you see, I'm not lying to you, right? Like there's affordability, there's like the places to eat, which I think is like the number one thing that people said, and like it's very family oriented. Like it is a city that is designed for family. And so hopefully you got some good information out of this. Would love to hear your story. So if you're coming to the area, my team is more than happy to help out. Would love to hear your story. Reach out, email, all that good stuff is in the description. Thank you for spending a little bit of time here with me today, and I will see you on the flip side. Peace.